Today I'm going to be making this fudgy peanut butter cake. This is from the Southern Living 1985 Annual Recipes book. So every single month, Southern Living is a magazine, and so you get it every month. And so what they did was they compiled all the recipes from 1985 that came out in the magazine, and they put them in this one book, which is really handy, especially if you don't have the 1985 magazines. Then you can just buy one of these from a used bookstore or something like that, and then you can get all the recipes in one book instead of having to try to collect the magazines. But I'm going to give you the ingredients for the cake alone first, and then when we do the frosting, then I will give you the frosting ingredients later at that time. So you want, for the cake, you want 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of butter, a 1/4 cup of cocoa, a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 2 eggs slightly beaten, so I just took them and a fork in there and slightly beaten, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's all you need for the cake itself. So the name of this is kind of deceptive because it's called Fudgy Peanut Butter Cake. You'll notice there's no peanut butter in the cake. It's going to be a chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting, but I can only call it what they called it. That's what they called it, so that's what I'm calling it. You need to you can grease and flour a pan, a 9 by 13 inch pan, or you can use parchment paper. I'm going to use parchment paper, and we are preheating our oven to 350 degrees. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our flour, sugar, and baking soda, and I'm going to go ahead and just pour those right in this mixer because we're going to be adding ingredients to this mixer anyway. So you can put your paddle on and you just want to mix these together. No big deal at all. Now you want to take your butter, all your butter, your water, and your cocoa, and we're going to bring this to a boil in a saucepan on the stove. Just like that. My chocolate started boiling, and I have a wooden spoon stirring it. I have my mixer turned on, and I want to add this to my flour mixture, and I just want to be careful that it doesn't splash up. And we're going to mix this, let this mix together. I'm going to stir in my buttermilk, vanilla, and eggs. Basically the rest of your ingredients you want to put in now. So I'm going to pour this whole mixture into my prepared pan. And this is going to bake for 30 minutes, but as always, I will let you know the total time that it took to bake. And if I start to smell it earlier, then I'll come in and check on it and all that. But like I said, I'll let you know the total time that it took. And I will be removing those clips from the side. That is just, I stole those from Kevin's workroom to hold the parchment paper on, but it works well. They work really well. This is the baked cake straight out of the oven. It took exactly 30 minutes. And so now we want to let it cool completely. My cake has been cooling for an hour, so it is cooled off. Now we're gonna have there's gonna be 2 layers on top. Our first layer is going to have a tablespoon of vegetable oil and 1 cup of peanut butter. So you want to take these 2 things and you want to mix them well. So if you can do that by hand, that's fine. I am going to use the mixer just to make sure that I get them mixed really well. Now we're going to take our peanut butter and oil mixture and we're going to pour this on top of the cooled cake. Final layer, our frosting layer, you need 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of butter, and it's melted in that bowl. You need 3 tablespoons of cocoa, 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 to 5 tablespoons of buttermilk. I just put a lot of buttermilk in there. We'll use what we need. And then you need 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. So the first thing you want to do is you want to beat your butter and your cocoa together. So now we're going to add our remaining ingredients, which is the powdered sugar, the vanilla, and then the buttermilk. I'll probably start with, probably go ahead and do 3.5 tablespoons, something like that. And then if we need more, we'll do more. We scraped our bowl down, but this is still really thick. So I'm going to add more buttermilk until it thins out. So now I want to try to get this over the peanut butter and without removing the peanut butter.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Which might be harder than you think. So I'm going to put it in globs all over and then try to just
connect them.
Yeah. And you know what? If some of that peanut butter is showing through, it's okay. To leave the cake just like this. It does not say you need to let it sit. It doesn't say to put it in the fridge, anything like that. It says it makes like 15 pieces and you're good to go. So I am going to let it sit for probably half an hour just to see if it sets up a little more than it is right now. But then we'll be back after half an hour and we'll give it a try. I've let this sit for at least a half an hour and it's still, you can tell that peanut butter underneath still looks wet to me, but I don't think with the added oil it'll ever firm up. So I'm going to remove this from the pan. Some people would probably have cut that in the pan, but I'm going to take it out.
It's easy to get the slice out.
Yes. Okay, so you're supposed to get 15 slices, but I'm just going to cut it the way that we would like it. I think that's going to get a lot more than 15. That's okay. Let me cut it like that. There we go.
18.
Oh, so 18. That's pretty good, I think. Okay. And so that is how it looks. This recipe is from Jacqueline Christopher in Asheville, North Carolina. And that's something I want to bring up too, is in the old school Southern Living magazines, people used to submit all kinds of recipes.
So there's a lot more.
So there was a ton more. Yeah, you would get all kinds of them. I love that. That's something that I loved about Southern Living that I miss. Because now it's very curated recipes for this particular time, and you don't get a bunch of people submitting things. And I guess I'm thinking that they probably went away from that because they're not checking every recipe to make sure it's correct, maybe. And I'm just assuming that, but I do miss all the submissions. But this one, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You had said that they come out with magazines every month.
Yes.
They used to come out with that magazines every month. Now it's like every 2.5 months or something. It's
That's
not even
true.
every month.
Yeah,
it's like
because
every couple months.
because I had a subscription and it's probably about to run out.
Yeah, so you only get, like used to, you literally got like 12 issues.
Yeah.
Episodes. Issues. Now you may get 5 in
Right.
a year if you're lucky.
Right,
So-
and you're not getting as many recipes
Right,
as you
exactly.
used to. Well, I can tell you the first thing that I would change before taking one bite is when you put the peanut butter on and then put the frosting on top, I would swirl it. That way it would make a really pretty top.
Like take a little butter knife or
And that
something.
way you would be able to see that, oh, this is peanut butter, because the way it is, I didn't know any better. So I was trying to cover up all that peanut butter. They don't say to swirl it, but I would recommend you swirl it.
You're saying taking like a butter knife and just
A butter knife and just swirl it just a little bit.
Yeah.
And don't make a mess of it, but just a little bit to where you can see more of the peanut butter coming through the chocolate.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Because when you cut it, it definitely, you can see it more. It's thick.
Mm-hmm. That is a delicious cake.
It is a nice cake. No, I ate frosting at all.
I do too. I'm gonna do that too.
I tried just a bite of the cake itself.
We use Jif peanut butter, and I love Jif peanut butter, and it really does shine in that topping.
That's a nice, moist, fluffy cake. It's not really strong chocolate flavor, but it is a little chocolate, but it's not a strong chocolate.
Right, but it is a decent chocolate cake. So if you wanted to use that base for something else, you absolutely could.
Oh yeah, any frosting you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with that chocolate peanut butter though.
That's what I'm gonna get a big. There's a lot of peanut butter here on the edge.
You can make a box cake mix and just do the peanut butter and then just get tub frosting if you wanted to. And that would add a lot of peanut butter flavor to it.
Yes.
If you didn't want to make it homemade.
Right. I do like this more than tub frosting.
Oh yeah, it's much better.
Mm-hmm. Peanut butter though, that's my love language. Peanut butter. I think that the Jif peanut butter shines in this. It's very sweet, has a little bit of saltiness to it. It goes really well with that chocolate frosting. The cake itself is moist, like you said. It's not the richest, best chocolate cake I've ever had.
No, it's
But it's a
passable.
really good chocolate cake.
Yeah, it's a really good texture is what it is, more than anything. Flavor-wise, it's just a holder for the peanut butter and the frosting, but texture-wise, it's really nice because it is a fluffier kind of texture.
Could I just eat the top off this cake?
Yeah. Just get you
100%. I can tell you a really delicious, I've made many delicious chocolate cakes for the channel out of recipe books, but I can tell you one that comes to mind right off is I did the Harry Potter chocolate cake.
Oh, that Hagrid.
Yes,
the birthday cake,
it's the
whatever.
birthday cake that Hagrid made for Harry
Yeah,
for his birthday. And it was a delicious, and I've thought since then, I haven't made it since I did that video.
It was good though.
But it was absolutely wonderful, and I thought if I ever want another chocolate cake, that's the one I would make for people because it's so good. So if you missed that video, if you type in Tammy Dunn Harry Potter cake, it'll come up. But this, the star of the show, really is the peanut butter, even though it's not a peanut butter cake like the name implies. You really do taste the peanut butter.
It's very strong peanut butter.
And if your favorite peanut butter is Skippy, use Skippy. What's Skippy, Peter Pan? You know, if you have a favorite peanut butter, I do not think this would work. What?
It'd probably work with crunchy.
I was going to say natural. I do think it would work with natural, but I wouldn't add the oil to it.
It's going to be awfully thick.
I don't know, because natural peanut butter is already oily, and you're having to stir it.
You just want it thin enough where you can spread it.
Right, so if it's thin enough.
Maybe you don't need as much at all.
Right, but I do think you could, because this doesn't set up. It doesn't firm up.
No, it's still.
So I definitely think you could use your natural peanut butter if you wanted to.
I was thinking about crunchy. Could you do it with crunchy? You probably could, but it wouldn't be as nice, would it?
I think you could do it with crunchy. Yeah.
If you want a little crunchy.
I do. I think you might need to add a little bit more oil to make it spread out more. Yeah. But I do think that would work too. But I think this is a good recipe as it is. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.